Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We're taking the Dokkanfest Goku in against Cell Max. I did actually upload a short of him already in against Cell Max, which if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. My guy literally dodges pretty much all of Cell Max attacks in the final phase. Like, the short is literally called Goku is untouchable. Like, he dodges every single one of Cell Max's attacks. I did want to get a clip of him actually being hit to see how much he tanked with how much he stacked up to, which isn't a lot because of how quickly you get through these phases, and with his guard, mainly the guard. But Goku was like, nah bro, I'm dodging absolutely everything. So that clip's up on the channel if you want to go check that out. Go have a look, bro. It's actually quite jokes how he just decides to dodge every single one of Cell Max's attacks, including a super. So to say Goku is up there as probably the best TUR right now in Dokkan, 100% correct. Even at 55%, this guy is honestly just ridiculously good. Ridiculously good. Like, the only one thing that is kind of a downside is without dupes, he doesn't do as much damage. I mean, naturally with the less stats, but he, of course, he still stacks. But it would be nice to have like a little bit of extra to him, you know, a little bit extra on him. But he's honestly ridiculously good. But we are taking him in against Cell Max. He's definitely up in that top 1% who can actually compete against Cell Max. Of course, speaking of dodge, 3 key spheres is so easily to get that for the most part you're gonna have 60% chance to dodge Cell Max at all times. As he did in that clip, it means you can dodge a super attack and avoid a whole lot of damage, which means surviving him becomes a whole lot easier considering we've got double Trunks and Vegeta. We've got easy A-Tech God Goku. We've also got the likes of Int Margin Vegeta with all of his damage reduction with Vegeta and Trunks. We've even got the likes of Birdku with his guard and his revive. The weakest person on this team right now, or the weakest unit, is literally these two. And that's saying something considering how good they are. Which is still crazy to think I have them at 55% and they're still just that good. Like, they are probably one of the best anniversary units we've ever got. But Goku has so much at his disposal. Like, he stacks. The only thing is, because of how quickly you get through the first phase and the second phase, you don't get to stack him that much. Not that it matters, because I said 3 key spheres, even when his orb changing is gone by the time you're somewhat through Cell Max's final phase. 3 key spheres are so easy to get, so at all times, I said he's got a 60% chance to dodge. Because you can get through these phases so quickly, you should have a decent few turns of his orb changing still left, where you can utilize, hopefully, getting a consistent set of 6 key spheres most of the time, which means not only does Goku have a 60% chance of dodge, not only has he been stacking even though it's not a lot, but then he'll also have the guaranteed guard as well. He has so much of the strong defensive gimmicks, the strong defensive mechanics, that defensively, he's probably one of the best units you could actually even bring into Cell Max. And this is all while he is at 55%. I don't think I've seen a unit perform so well at 55% in a while. Like, there's been a few, but not this good. Like, not on this level. Like, it's actually a bit of a joke how good God Goku actually is at 55%. Like, as I've said before, in the red zone runs, I would love some dupes in him just so we can do some extra damage. There's crits along the way in the god form, you know, and stack up an extra time with an additional super attack on top of the built-in additional. It would be great. But he's definitely one of them units where, as much as I really want to go back in and get some dupes, more so the sideband Ajit, but I would love to get a dupe in him. He doesn't need it. Like, at all. My guy, as I said, is probably one of the best 55% units I think we've ever seen in Dokkan. And hopefully during this run, you don't usually say this against Cell Max, but hopefully during this run, he doesn't actually decide to dodge all of Cell Max attacks. He can dodge the super attack, that's fine. But hopefully he doesn't dodge all of Cell Max's attacks so I can actually see what Goku is tanking for against Cell Max's attacks. Like, hopefully I actually get to see it this time. But still, watching Goku dodge like all of Cell Max's attacks, including his super attack, was just jokes. Like, it's just ridiculous. The fact that he actually decided to dodge all of it. But we've been getting a ton of key spheres with him so far. I think we're only going to utilize one extra turn of his orb changing. We probably could have got through it a little bit quicker, but considering we just had a rotation of just pure type disadvantage, and my Vegeta and Trunks don't have dupes in them, of course I recently just got them with coins, and then not only that as well, Marge Vegeta only has one dupe, so he doesn't have too much chance to hit a crit. You know, we could have gotten against Cell Max right now, but as I said, considering we had just full-blown type disadvantage last turn, probably why we missed out. Okay, so we got Birdcoo's revive on this turn as well, or do we actually have his revive on this turn? I don't think we do, no, but Vegeta and Trunks, considering this one's rainbowed, is fine. 6 key spheres, we're getting 7 key spheres with Marge and Vegeta right there. No stack ups with Birdcoo, but that's okay, and hopefully Goku orb changes all of those strength key spheres behind those fierce key spheres, and then we're going to get the guaranteed 6 key spheres that we need. That's a lot of damage to take, but still, we're alive. That's all that matters. And of course, any lock-in takes place that I don't want, we got the Senzu Bean to get rid of it, but we probably will pop a Senzu Bean next turn anyway, just because we are like below half health. But I want to see Birdcoo, not Birdcoo, sorry, not about you. I want to see Goku actually tank some of Cell Max's attacks this time. Don't get me wrong, it's great that he can dodge them, and that is just something at your disposal on top of the guard and the stacking, but I actually want to see what numbers he is taking against Cell Max, the hardest hitting boss in Dokkan to this day. So you can dodge everything, just save one attack to be hit by. I want to see it. I do kind of want to see how much damage you take. Really? Really? To be fair, he has attacked like 6 times, and we are just barely alive. I mean, that's actually a really good turn. If we weren't so focused on Goku, that's actually a really good turn, but we are just about alive. Definitely popping that. So we're definitely not going to be supered. We will pop that. We're not getting the 6 key spheres though, so I can't see how much he's doing with the... We're not even going to get 3 key spheres. I'm proper trying to show him off, and the game is not letting me. I mean, we can actually get him 3 key spheres by doing this. But I wanted to see how much he was going to tank with guard, and we couldn't get it, unfortunately. That's really annoying. That the run from the short must have gone so well for me, because I was consistently getting 6 key spheres like every turn against Cell Max. I mean, hey, there's probably a guaranteed super attack in slot 2 right now. I'm pretty sure it's like every 6 attacks Cell Max will super. So Goku kind of needs to actually dodge it. Please? No. 37k on a basic though without guard is actually really good. That's not bad though. Alright, he died on the super to be expected, but 36k on a basic against Cell Max is pretty good considering he didn't have guard. Okay, we go again. We're actually on the final turn of Goku's orb changing, so we are going to get 6 key spheres. I'm also gonna pop. Actually, no. Let me let the god stack again. But we're gonna get him 6 key spheres. So we got the guard. We've also got the dodge. As I said before, I do want to see Goku tank some attacks with the guard active. So 85k, to be fair, we haven't actually stacked all that much. Of course, that is the one thing in this event. He's also dodged the super attack. 80k on a basic. 80k on a basic. As I said, considering we haven't stacked up as much as we did before, still a lot of units in the game. You take a basic off Cell Max, you're pretty much dead. So 85k here, 30k before. And that was also without the guard he took 30k for. I'm pretty sure anyway. So he's just performing exceptionally well, but of course where we died, that is one of the situational things that can happen with Goku when your orb changing runs out. Even with the orb changing, but of course mainly when the orb changing runs out, is you may not always get the key spheres or enough key spheres to get his guard. In an event like this where guard is so crucial, especially if you don't dodge in Goku's case, you are going to take a world of damage and you are going to die here. So that, of course, that is one of the things where you can be caught, but we kind of knew that already, but I think there's enough to show how good Goku can be. Not only just in general, but also in here. Like, as I said from that short, if Goku's feeling it, if Dokkan's feeling generous, you're out here dodging everything, which is ridiculous. Oh, Majin Vegeta's locked. How about no? How about no, he's not. He's not locked. And we're also going to get him... See, I would love to give these to Goku, but Majin Vegeta right now needs them a whole lot more. But actually, I really want to save that rainbow kit. Okay, we're really going to hope another Fizz Key Sphere or Rainbow Key Spheres drop, so there are guaranteed 6 orbs there for Goku. Now there's orb changing's gone. Hopefully there was enough Key Spheres there after the drop where we can get Goku his guard again. But as I already said, Goku has so much good defensive mechanics at his disposal that he is amazing for this type of event. Yeah, as I said, situationally things can go wrong where you can't get him enough Key Spheres, or he's the one to be supered, and unfortunately you don't get to dodge, or even worse and even more unluckily, you don't even get 3 Key Spheres where you get the guaranteed, or not the guaranteed, but the increased chance to dodge, which means you're relying on only a 30% chance to dodge. But most of the time you'll get 3 Key Spheres no matter what. It's so easy to get. But if you're really unlucky, you may even miss out on that. But if Dokkan isn't feeling too unkind, you're kind of good. And we're obviously going to heal. There's bound to be a super attack in there. There's no attacks again in slot 2, but I'm going to pop the transformation, and it does look like we are going to get the 6 Key Spheres, which is great. So guaranteed guard again. 326k defense on top of that. Even Easy A Tech Goku is getting to super attack before he gets it, which is great. We're down to 52k on a basic, 54. Couple more stacks now, so we're probably nearing the 30k mark we got to before, or 40k mark. Maybe it was actually more than 30k we took. Maybe I misread it. But I'm pretty sure we took just over 30k. So I'm pretty sure we probably stacked up a little bit more last time, or maybe it was something else that I'm missing. But he's still tanking well. Regardless, he's still tanking well, considering he's had no time to build up. Oh, there we go. He's now tanking double digits. He's now tanking double digits. So Goku will take 80, 50k on a basic, 30k on a basic. But after a few turns in against Cell Max, or maybe even a few turns extra against the previous phases, God Goku with his guard off of a few stacks will then eventually, when he's above 300k defense, what do we start with, like 320? When he's above that, and again, this is at 55%. If you have dupes, you can stack him up a whole lot quicker than I can, and you have the natural extra stats that you get. But after that, he will be able to tank double digits on a basic against Cell Max, which is as good as you are going to get. That's really annoying. Actually, I could do that. To be fair, we won't die from it. We definitely won't die from it. So I'm going to let MV take all of those Key Spheres, just because I know for a full fact we won't die. But as I said, now we definitely have seen enough. We have definitely seen enough of how good Goku can be against Cell Max. I'm pretty sure we live this as well. It doesn't actually matter if we don't, but as I said, probably the best TUR in the game right now. And probably one of the best TURs that have ever dropped, especially one of the best 55% units I think I've ever seen. We can also use this active, which Cell Max, because of how hard he hits, and I've said this throughout the entirety of the Red Zone videos, or most of them, like Cooler Core and Broly, you want to be saving his active skill until you're going for the kill shot and you're about to end it against Cell Max, 100%. Because if you decide to keep SSJ out here, then you are definitely going to die. Unless you're like going for the win and you can like get a super attack off and end it before SSJ Goku gets hit. Because I doubt you want to be risking it and trying to take, you know, trying to risk that 70% chance to dodge in slot 1 before being hit. Because if he doesn't dodge, you're dead. Speaking of dead, I think we're also dead here, but again, it's fine. Yeah, we're dead here. It's okay. God Goku has shown enough. Probably one of my favorite units I've used in against Cell Max, and actually, to be fair, one of my favorite units I've actually ever used. He's so good. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. We've taken God Goku through every destination possible, and he did not disappoint. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. Close to 400 subs. Hopefully you can get me there. I appreciate it a lot. But I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. And peace.